Hello everyone, my name is Adrian, and today I'll be presenting my presentation based on the statistical analysis that was ran. The title of today's presentation is Collaboration and Identity as Predictors of Gardening Confidence. School gardens have gained a lot of traction recently and attention as enrichment learning spaces that are able to promote STEM education, social emotional learning, as well as inclusion. Research has shown that gardens are able to provide hands-on experiences for students that support a diverse group of students better than traditional classrooms. The purpose of this study was to explore whether students' preference for collaboration and their Hispanic Latino identity were related to their confidence in independent gardening. Research question and hypothesis. So this study focused on three research questions. The first one, does identifying as Latina predict greater confidence? The second research question being, does collaboration preference predict confidence? And the last research question being, is there an interaction between Latina identity and collaboration? The data for this project came from a large survey that was conducted with students participating in a school garden program in TUSD. The survey was collected through the school partnership School Garden Workshop, which focuses on garden-based learning. And this is actually, in a sense, a continuation of the type of statistical analysis I began working on last semester in our previous statistic course, where I first cleaned and explored this data set. For this analysis, the sample included 121 students in grades 4 through 12. The average grade level was about 5th grade, and around 82% of the students that were in this survey identified as Hispanic or Latino. For the analytic strategy here, a binary logistic regression was used because the outcome variable confidence was coded to be binary after coding it between 0 to 2 and 2 to 4. The first model included the main effects, which was collaboration preference and Hispanic or Latino identity. The second model added an interaction term to test whether collaboration and identity combined to predict confidence differently. Model fit was evaluated using the Acaic Information Criterion, or AIC, where lower values indicate a better fit with simplicity. Pseudo R-squared, specifically the Nagelurk method, was also calculated to estimate the variance that was explained. So I checked the different assumptions, and key assumptions of logistic regression were reviewed. There were no multicollinearity concerns. For this, our VIF values were below 2. Influential cases were checked using Cook's distance, and no major issues were found there. Responses were independent, and the dependent variable was binary, making logistic regression an appropriate choice for this. In the main effects model, collaboration preference was a significant predictor of gardening confidence. For each 1-point increase in collaboration preference, it increased the odds of feeling confident by about 60%, with an odds ratio of 1.60 and our confidence intervals being 1.16 to 2.29. Hispanic Latino identity was not a significant predictor, with a p-value of 0.625, and the model here explained about 9% of the variance in confidence with an AIC of 122.58. The second model that I ran added the interaction between collaboration preference and Hispanic Latino identity. However, the interaction here was not statistically significant, and model fit worsened slightly when adding that, the AIC increased from 122.58 to 125.93. Because of that, the main effect model was retained as the better fitting model. In summary, collaboration preference was associated with higher gardening confidence, while identity was not a significant predictor. There was no interaction between identity and collaboration found. This suggests that fostering collaboration in school gardens can help build confidence in students, regardless of their background. And it goes in line with the Laura et al. Piece that gardens provide an inclusive environment where students can grow their skills and confidence through shared experiences. There are some limitations to note from this study. The first one being that gardening confidence was measured with only a single item, which may limit the depth, and it being on a Likert scale. Second, about 12% of students had unclear or missing Hispanic Latino identity information. And finally, other factors like students' grade levels or past gardening experiences were not included in the analysis. I think that would be another one to study in the future, is if prior gardening experience or different student grade levels, or maybe even doing the HLM and seeing if different sites resulted in different results. So conclusion and impact. Basically, in conclusion, collaboration plays an important role in building student confidence in garden-based learning programs. Some implications are that when designing programs that promote teamwork, they can directly contribute to real-world skill development, belonging, and self-efficacy for a wide range of students. Inclusive learning spaces like gardens help students not only grow plants, but they could also grow a belief in themselves. So when thinking about setting up a program or a garden space, uh, factoring in that collaboration piece is really important, because that collaboration when students are working with each other is really one of the parts that really helps build a student's self-confidence. So if we're able to support students learning how to work with each other, that in turn will help a student to feel more confident while they're in a given space. Lastly, here are my references that I used throughout. Uh, Two papers that I'll just highlight real quick on the references that I really enjoyed is the Hong Typical Developing Preschoolers' Behavior Towards Peers with Disabilities and Inclusive Classroom Context. It's just a really awesome one that just kind of highlights the way classroom barriers kind of stop that inclusion from happening. And then lastly, the one that I got the data from is the Laura et al. Piece. The association between duration of school gardens, exposure, and self-reported learning and school connectedness. That one was done here at the U of A, so I just recommend you guys check it out. It's pretty interesting. And lastly, I just want to say thank you to the peer reviewers that were able to check out my paper, and thank you, Dr. Nikki, for this course. I've been pretty confused along the way, but I think I've learned a couple things, so thank you all. If there's any questions or anything that comes up, I know I'm not there in person, feel free to email me at adrianrodriguez2@arizona.edu. Thank you all for your time. I appreciate it.